The patterns of toxic relationship, whether at work or with intimate partners, are the same. In this video, I'm going to give you a framework that could help you to identify the dynamics of every toxic relationship, and you could use this framework to understand where you are and to help yourself. Every toxic relationship, whether at work or with intimate partner, craves one thing, and that is unhelpful power dynamics and the sense of dominance. At the end of it all, the currency that is transacted within a toxic relationship is power, the craving for power. Who gets to decide? And in this particular case, is the dominance of role in intimate relationship. At workplace is the dominance of authority. When you identify and you understand this fundamental, you would know how to navigate and how to observe for the toxic dynamics within an intimate relationship or a toxic workplace. The key pattern of toxic relationship is captured in this framework I'm going to give you right now. And I've used this framework to help hundreds of women across the globe that have joined my live streams or have joined my community. The first pillar and the first dynamics of every toxic relationship is the constriction. All forms of toxic relationships will start with constrictive phase. And this phase entails that they manipulate your environment, they put you in a constrictive environment, in a constrictive space, psychologically, physically. They create and make your environment feel so rigid and constrictive, withdrawing financial support, causing you to be emotionally upset all the time, psychologically frustrated, and then get into physical abuse. All of that is to make sure that you feel constricted. At work, this could be your manager trying to get on your nerves or trying to micromanage you. Constriction always takes a different shape, but the idea in this particular phase is that you feel very, very uptight, and it's to lead and to build into the next pillar and the next phase of a toxic relationship, which is the phase of punishment. What are they punishing? They are punishing your response to the constriction that they have put you into. Imagine this. Imagine an animal who is put on a chokehold. Now, that picture or that image will be very graphically disturbing, but imagine an animal who is put in a chokehold, and then the animal tries to escape. The animal tries to respond to the chokehold that you have placed this animal in, and then you punish the animal's response for responding to your constriction. Every toxic relationship, the abuser will punish your response to the constriction that they have put you into. If you responded in a violent way, they start calling you names like, oh, you are so aggressive, or if you were withdrawing and shutting down to their constriction, they called you lazy. Punishment can take different form. Sometimes it could be ongoing, secondarily physical punishment. So you imagine the first time they beat you, you try to fight back and they beat you more. The intensity of the physical abuse in the phase of punishment will be so severe, more than the phase of constriction. The women I've worked with will tell you that the violence becomes even more when you try to either fight back or you try to give your opinion. That escalation is a feature of the phase of punishment, and they are punishing you for trying to respond to their constriction that they have placed you in. The next phase is a phase of coercion, control. The control phase of a toxic relationship always takes the form of making sure that they decide the emotional temperature of your existence. They decide how you feel. The sole function of the coercive phase is that they make you feel emotional instability. They put you in this state of unpredictability. And the idea here is that so you constantly feel as if you're walking on the eggshells. You constantly feel as if you might be breaking glass every now and then, or you might be doing something wrong. They create an atmosphere of instability for you. That's why our nervous system will start to break down. You start to feel shut down. I do believe at this phase, people start to develop different kind of chronic diseases like fibromyalgia or different autoimmune diseases, because you are constantly in a fight and flight mode. This framework, I call it CPC. It's so simple for you to use. You can use it just about any time, and you could identify these dynamics. Understand where you are within an abusive relationship. If you start to see the constriction, there are different things you could do, and that's why I want to invite you to join my upcoming program called Birth Chasm, which I'm working with women to help them to identify these patterns and how to navigate an abusive relationship, especially when leaving is not possible. Drop the comment C in this video, and I will send you the link to Birth Chasm, which will be coming up in the month of June. I do believe that you can identify a toxic relationship before you get into it. And I do believe that you can safely navigate a toxic relationship to the place of safety. If this resonates with you, share this video with someone else. I will see you in the month of June. Bye for now.